So the other day, a really close friend of mine named Philip Conrad came down here to the house to have me record guitars on a new record he's working on called Kudzu Hill. This is an instrumental album, and the vibe that Philip is going for calls for a lot of ambient and textural guitar work.
It might be cool to have some layers coming in around it. Keep it like concise. Only layers that need to be there.
Now we wanted guitar tones that had some texture and some character and some vibe, and I think we pulled that off pretty well. So in today's video, I'm going to take you through some of the sounds that we got, show you how we got them, and show you some fundamental things to think about when you're creating your own ambient guitar sounds so you can kind of take them to the next level. Now this first sound is pretty standard. It's just a quarter note delay going into a reverb. But this is an example of adding character to what would otherwise be a pretty mundane ambient sound. Now the song that this tone was created for is pretty straightforward. It's just a single chord pad. There's no tempo or groove. Really, there's just a repeating piano line that the guitar responds to. So I wanted to create a tone that would separate the guitar from the piano part. They complement each other, but they are two very distinct sounds. Now the way we did that was by using a specific delay sound. If you look on my Strymon timeline here, I'm using the lo-fi delay machine, and what that's doing is giving the repeats a really bit-crushed, distorted sound. Here's the delay by itself. You can hear it's almost like a ring modulation happening on the repeats. It's really cool. Now the reason I wanted to have that kind of distortion on the delay repeats was to help it cut through on top of the reverb and all of the other instrumentation on the track. So if I add the reverb in, you'll hear But the other thing is you're hearing the tone of the guitar come through on top of everything. It's sitting on top of the reverb and the delay. Part of that comes from how I have the reverb set up. I'm using a lot of pre-delay. You can hear I pick the note and then the reverb follows behind it, and that's on purpose. Pre-delay is a really important tool to keep your tone clear and present even if you are using a lot of reverb. It's letting the tone of the guitar come through first, and then the reverb is filling in underneath it like a bed. So here's the reverb by itself. It works great for chords. Now this tone is really simple and straightforward. It's just the guitar and reverb together. The part we were going for here was to kind of have the guitar act as essentially a pad that sits underneath all of the other layers and blends with the synth pads that are there as well as the piano. Now this is a really common thing in ambient guitar, but we didn't want to do any of the cliche guitar pad things. So no swells, no shimmer, none of that. We wanted to keep the tone of the guitar intact. Now this is where your touch dynamic and guitar choice really come into play. For this session I was using this Echo Park DT series. This is on loan to me from Echo Park, and I use this guitar because I like this unique pickup combination. It's a P90 and a wide range humbucker, and it has a 4-way switch on it. So in this fourth position, I'm using both pickups in series. And when I combine that with my finger style playing, where I'm getting the texture of my fingers against the string, that natural string noise, it's combining with the reverb to give you a really nice, lush pad sound. Now for this, I'm using the cloud setting on the Big Sky just because I like the decay on that setting and the way it naturally falls off. I think it's a really great reverb sound, but these concepts will work with pretty much any reverb pedal or delay pedal that you have. Now this is probably my favorite tone I got during the entire session. Essentially, the song we were tracking builds to this big climax, and I thought it would be cool to double the synths that are going on with an octave fuzz guitar to just add some weight, add some mass behind that part of the song. Now, a lot of times when players are using ambient tones, they're playing clean, and that's fine. I do that myself a lot. But sometimes it's really cool to add something big, like a fuzz or a huge overdrive, in conjunction with a big delay or a big reverb or both to build something that is massive sounding. Now, as you could see in the video, I was using this. This is the Game Changer Audio Plus Sustainer. And I was using this to essentially make the guitar react like a synth. By sustaining the note and not letting it decay, it kind of stayed at that same intensity level as the synthesizers did throughout the entire section of the song. Now, this is not a sponsored video. They didn't give me this pedal. I used it on the session because it's really cool, and honestly, I think it probably deserves its own video. Now for this sound, I'm using the Hoof Reaper V2 from Earthquaker Devices. I'm using the left side, the hoof. Some people make fun of me for how I say it, but whatever. And the octave sound, and it's giving me this tone here. It really kills on the neck pickup. I know it's not what we're doing in this video, but I mean, come on. Then from there, I'm using a pretty standard tape delay. It's nothing too special. Here's what it sounds like. Now, any kind of delay will work for this. I happen to like tape delays a lot. I like the slight modulation they add and the decay of the repeats. I think they're a great sound. And then from there, I'm just adding the first reverb we used in our first example from today to get this. So then we kick on the fuzz, and you get a really massive sound. Now the secret weapon here is the sustainer pedal. I've got it placed in front of the board, so all it's doing is sending a clean sustained signal. So let's kick everything on together and hear what it sounds like. Now this also works great as a lead sound. Those are some ways to create ambient guitar tones that don't suck. If you enjoyed today's video, let me know by leaving a like and a comment down below. Again, if you want to download the Strymon presets that I used on this session, those are available in the description box down below. And if you want all of my Strymon presets as I use them, check out the Green Room. It's a way you can directly support the YouTube channel and me in creating these videos. Huge thanks to Philip Conrad for letting me film our session the other day. Follow him on Instagram to stay up to date on his record and when he's releasing it. It's really cool, and I was honored to be able to be a part of it. So thanks to Philip for including me. Also, be sure to check out the Rhett Shull live channel linked below as well. I'm live streaming every week over there when I'm creating guitar tones or writing tracks or messing around with my pedal board, whatever. It's loose, it's fun. We have a good time over there. So if that's something you're interested in, check out the live channel below. And also, I would love to hear the sounds that you're creating on your own. So Post a video of you playing some ambient guitar on Instagram and tag me at Rhett Shull so I can hear what you guys are working on. Anyways, that's going to do it for today. Thanks for watching. I'm Rhett Shull, and remember, there is no plan B.